Lost media has become incredibly prevalent recently, but so has finding the said lost media. As big as the search currently is for many of these, some just still remain lost to this day. So with that being said, here are 5 more lost pieces of media.
Camp Lazlo, Monkey See, Camping Do.
Joe Murray, the creator of Rocko's Modern Life, created the animated series Camp Lazlo, which aired on Cartoon Network from 2005 to 2008. The series follows a Brazilian spider monkey named Lazlo and his friends, an Indian elephant named Raj, and a pygmy rhino named Clam, as they spend their summer at Camp Kidney, which is run by Scoutmaster Lumpus and his assistant, Mr. Slinkman. To the Scoutmaster's chagrin, the trio engages in numerous misadventures and hijinks with other campers, known as the Bean Scouts. Murray created a test pilot in 2004 called Monkey See, Camping Do, to propose the series to the network. Later, the storyline was changed to become Gone Fishin', sort of, the first episode of the show. When a Reddit member questioned Murray about the pilot, Murray reportedly replied, "The pilot was remade into a full episode with Lumpus getting eaten by a lake monster. I'm not sure where the original version is, somewhere in the archives of Cartoon Network." According to other sources, the pilot contained some differences from the final program, such as Raj's Americanized accent with a spitty sound rather than an Indian one, Lazlo speaking with a Brazilian accent rather than an American one, and Clam, who is credited as Mute Rhino but never speaks in the pilot. In the pilot, the camp was called Camp Runny Rump, and Scoutmaster Lumpus was shown as a horse speaking in a Don Knotts-like voice, with Leonard as opposed to Algonquin as his first name. Samson, who like Clam did not talk in the pilot, was given the title Guinea Pig, debuted in the first episode together with Edward Chip and Skip, who were formerly titled Dale and Dave. Aside from some production art from Carol Wyatt's blog, with her confirming that it was from the pilot, any footage or screenshots from it have yet to resurface as of the recording of this video. Lego Go. Lego Go was a Russian game show based on Lego goods. 2 teams faced off against one another in a series of Lego construction challenges in the program. For instance, the teams can be required to construct the tallest and most sturdy Lego structure, or put together a little kit without a handbook. In the finale, team captains would compete in kit assembly while wearing blindfolds. The victorious team would receive a sticker. From April 1st, 1995 to March 19th, 1998, the series aired on the First Channel, which at the time was known as ORT. The program name was changed to KB Legonaut in the 2000s. 3 teams would now compete for the big prize of a vacation to Denmark's Legoland after the game's regulations were altered. It's unlikely that many people have taped episodes of the show because it aired on a Saturday morning and VHS tapes were expensive in Russia at the time. In reality, replays of episodes and let alone a home release were infrequent. Due to all these problems, there isn't any video online of this. Because reruns were not intended, episodes lack production marks, making the only way to determine when they first aired the tape's record date. Oswald. Oswald is a 2D animated Nick Jr. cartoon that ran from 2001 to 2003. It was conceived by Dan Yackerno and made by the HIT Entertainment. The program was renowned for its distinctively surrealist aesthetic, which followed the daily exploits of a cheery bowler hat wearing blue octopus named Oswald, his sentient hot dog weenie, and his similarly silly buddies in a vibrant, youthful realm. Official sources claim that the pilot for the show was under development as early as the late 1990s. Except for concept art from around the same period. Little is known about the pilot's creation process, and it has never been made public. From what we do know about the pilot though, apparently it was about Oswald's hat blowing off his head, and Oswald spends the remainder of the pilot chasing it, as claimed by the creator in a Q&A on Discord. The makers of the Nick Jr. series, Super Y, indirectly confirmed the project's existence by saying that the show's pilot, which was created around the same time as the project, was initially rejected in favor of an Oswald pitch pilot. This indicates that the project had existed at least as far back as 1999. A companion book with the characters with slightly different designs, Oswald is a little darker blue, for example, while Weenie's tummy is much lighter tan, was published around the same time and detailed how the dapper octopod met all of his buddies. In an email conversation with the creator, it was stated that the novel was based on the pilot. Additionally, a background design portfolio had some of the backgrounds from the pilot. The creator has also revealed in the Q&A that all the characters had employment in the initial proposal for the series, recalling that Oswald would have written commercial jingles and Henry would have worked as a cinema critic. However, it is unknown if this idea even made it into the final pilot. Powerless. The sitcom Powerless, starring Vanessa Hudgens, Danny Pudi, and Alec Tudyk, was written by Ben Quinn in 2015 for DC Comics and sold to NBC for a broadcast sometime in May of 2016. It was about a staff at Wayne Security that specialized in goods to aid the victims of superhero/supervillain confrontations. DC Comics made the decision to retool the majority of the show between the initial pilot's production and broadcast, which led to the final pilot, which aired in February 2017. The pilot episode of the show was considerably different from the final product. It was approved in August 2015 and focused on a superhero insurance company called Retcon Insurance, run by Emily Lockie, that paid out victims of superhero attacks. Small alterations included character additions, deletions, and personality adjustments. A trailer featuring clips from the original pilot was released to the public shortly after the full pilot was presented at San Diego Comic-Con 2016. However, the whole pilot has not yet been made available to the general public. The show's creator responded that Warner Bros. Had no interest in releasing it when contacted about a potential release. A website devoted to television pilots also contained the original pilot's screenplay. The Twilight Zone, The Mighty Casey. The Mighty Casey is the 35th episode of The Twilight Zone, a 1959 television anthology series. It premiered on CBS on June 17, 1960. The episode is about the Hoboken Zephyrs, a downtrodden Major League Baseball team. They allow a robot named Casey to join the team because he can throw lightning-fast pitches that are practically unhittable. Zephyrs manager, Mouth McGarry, is portrayed by Jack Warden in the final episode that was broadcast, but actor Paul Douglas originally starred in the episode and finished filming it. Douglas was obviously unwell the entire time and was experiencing what turned out to be the beginning of a severe heart attack. Douglas passed away on September 11, 1959, the day after filming was completed. Writer and executive producer Rod Serling felt that these circumstances unavoidably cast a gloomy shadow over what was meant to be a joyous comedy dream and that a reshoot was required. It was funded by his own company, Cayuga Productions, because CBS declined to do so. The episode that was reshot and used in all future releases is the one that originally aired on television. The first Paul Douglas episode was never broadcast and might not even exist anymore. There is only one shot of Paul Douglas in the episode, which is at the very last one, in which he is seen from a great distance with his back to the camera. Rod Serling asked that as much original footage as possible be repurposed for the final cut. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.